You know that I've had plenty to say, and I was critical of Mike Pizzullo, the boss of the Home Affairs Department, for suggesting that the drums were beating towards war in China. I thought this was unnecessary, and it was something that, frankly, we would have expected out of a public servant in something like China. It's unnecessary. Now, I'll go as hard as anyone else calling them out, but to pretend that we're on the verge of war was ridiculous. Sadly, that's the memo that they got in China, which is their talking point against our government standing up to their aggression.
我们奉劝澳大利亚个别政客摒弃冷战思维，停止发表不负责任的言论，多做有利于地区和平稳定的事情。
And while they're hooking into Australia for standing up against China, guess who's getting their praise? New Zealand. Why? Because New Zealand is one of 5 nations in the Five Eyes countries who decided not to admonish China over their treatment of Hong Kong. In the Global Times, their propaganda unit, they wrote this today, that Wellington respects Canberra's policies in most cases, but in terms of dealing with Beijing, Wellington tends to be more pragmatic. It can move objectively. This is the sort of rubbish that we get from those on the left here who say we must manage the relationship, which of course is code for let China do whatever the heck they want. Now, China, of course, continues to claim that it is a developing nation, which means it gets to continue polluting all the way to 2030, while the United States promises to cut its emissions in half by 2030. But how many developing nations in Africa are launching permanent space exploration, including today, where China announced that they were going to send their main part of their permanent space station? Not bad for a developing country, right?